Hi, ladies and gentlemen. This is Cynthia, the audio Belle, and I'm here with Lynne. I'm doing a man on the street interview. And Lynne, my question is, where are the young people? I haven't seen very many young people at Axpona, and I'm wondering where they are.
One thing I'm getting now is I think they are coming around, but I think a lot of it at these bigger, I think they don't know about these bigger places like Axpona where you have 3 days of awesomeness.
Yeah.
I mean, I think if they knew and they realized, I mean, I think some of them are afraid, are we going to get in there and they're going to try to sell us everything? Or are we going to get in there and it's going to be like super boring? I don't think they realize like how big it is, how many rooms there are. And, you know, it's something for anybody that has any interest in any kind of music at all. I mean, there's so much to see. And I think if that got out more, it would bring more of the people in, that if they didn't feel like threatened.
Yeah.
I have seen this time around more like parents with younger kids, like teenage boys or don't say the teenage girls, we've got to work on that. But I have seen quite a few fathers and sons, or maybe uncles and sons, or yesterday we went to lunch and I saw like, I'm assuming it was a couple of uncles and like a couple nephews. And the dad. So I thought that was really cool.
So they're making
it like a family thing. And then, and I've noticed in my hometown, more of the younger people are in the record stores. So I think it's coming around. And I think also if they realize that not everything is $10,000.
Yeah, because I can't afford $10,000.
No, and I definitely can't. But there is price points for everybody, I think, to get decent sound.
So they're getting it through the vinyl. Vinyl is like the gateway.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. And I think the ones that are into vinyl would be into coming to Axpona because there is so much to see. And I know there's a lot of digital too, but there is more for the vinyl lovers, I think.
You get the cover art, you got the liner notes. It's a process actually putting it on the turntable. So
yeah, and just learning the difference between everything. Why this one sounds different than this one. What's making that? How is that happening?
Yeah.
So I think for anybody who has any interest in all in it, they should definitely come because there's a lot to see.
So what about the women? Because there's not that many women audiophiles out there.
That's all I heard last year. Why are you here? And I'm like, why aren't I here? But it did take me a while to get to this point because I think first of all, I have 3 kids. They're all grown. They're all on their own.
Yeah.
Thank God. And so I have more time for me. I think we as women, and being the homemakers and the moms, we put so much of our effort into them that we don't leave any time for ourselves. I mean, we always had the stereo on in the house. We always, had background music. But I never really sat down and listened until it was just my husband and I at home alone.
When you had time for yourself.
When we had time, and I had time to just sit next to him and say, hey, this is kind of cool. And then I'd start asking him questions like, why'd you pick those speakers? And when he got his Odyssey amp, I'm like, that was made just for you? I'm like, what is this?
So
and then
Odyssey was his amplifier.
Yeah. And then when he used to come to this by himself, and then last year I said, you know what, would you mind if I came with you? And he goes, are you sure? And I said, well, I'm never going to be sure if I don't know, if I don't go. And we came, and he was amazed he thought after the first day I'd be like, okay, I'm going to IKEA. But he was amazed at how much I enjoyed it. And I don't think that's such a rarity. I think if people, if there are women out there that do enjoy listening to music, and they came here, they would realize that, holy cow, there's a lot to see, and there's so much that goes into just making the sound better.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm not bored at all. And even the people watching is fun.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
So what would you do if it were your show? How would you change it in order to make more young people and women come?
I think for the young people, you just have to get the word out that it's not a big, expensive, like all you can buy is multi-$1,000 things. Shit's a good example of a way to get into the hobby fairly reasonably.
Yeah,
they have good shit.
They do true. It's the shit.
Yeah, it's the shit. And but and you can go to the other extreme. You can go and listen to these things you never be able to afford.
Yeah.
Unless you become Bill Gates.
Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, maybe the younger people eventually will be able to afford it, but I think if they realize that they can come and hear these rooms that have fabulous sound, and maybe aspire, maybe I'll save for that piece, or maybe I'll be happy with this shit, and I think they would. And we have 3 pieces of shit. We have an Odyssey amp. We have medium price speakers. I mean, and we're happy with that, but we are looking to maybe put a second system in.
Wow.
So we're
You got the itch.
Yeah. In fact, I used some words today, and my husband goes, "You're becoming an audiophile." I'm like, "No." I caught the bug. Yeah, and I think for the younger people, just to let them realize it's not all over their head. Because I was a little nervous last year because I thought I'm not gonna know what anybody's talking about. But it's not all about that. It's about the listening experience. It's about the camaraderie with the people. And it's nice that everybody that you see on YouTube is so accessible and so nice to everybody. And for the women, I think it's just a matter of getting them out of the house. Make it about you for a change. You've done enough for your family. And even if you're not to the point where your kids are grown, it's a nice little weekend getaway for you and your spouse, or you and your friends. If you have any interest in all in listening to music, I think it would be a nice getaway. It'd be a nice way to treat yourself. And if you hate it, IKEA's across the street. So